Well, the markets absolutely plunged yesterday, dropping 5%, which today led to nice range action. We were able to play the extremes of the range for really good trades while being nice and patient waiting for those setups. So sit back and enjoy the stream recap. Yo, good morning. Look at this candle on the daily chart. Typically days after huge flushes or huge pumps, we typically chop out. So I am very interested to see kind of what we do here. Nasdaq tested yesterday's value area low on the overnight session up at 200, rejected it, came back down a little bit, going up for another test. Yes, essentially the same thing. Went up, tested value area high, got a little kick above it, but came back down, flushed it nicely just above yesterday's lows and trying to push out of it. If we get back above and break these overnight highs, then like a rotation up into 60 point control makes sense, 60 to 75. If we crack 20, so that's a nice little 40-point move. And then from there, I mean, if we crack 330, then we're making the move up into 500. Also looks terrible if we break the overnight lows at 77. So we'll see what happens. We got 12K psych level below us, rolling perfectly over off 200 so far. We had one more little kick above it, and then, or one more kick up, and then just melting 30 points. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to get into that because like at this point, all we have is a lot of momentum, a lot of strength as a 50-point move to the upside. We have a lot of buyers. Nothing really happens and we're not really given a whole lot of time of consolidation, and then it just yanks. It's challenging to trade. It's something that we don't see a whole lot. I mean, on range days, you kind of see it more, I guess. But even on range days, you'll typically at least get like a retest of the highs like we're getting here, actually. So this is kind of looking interesting to me. I'm taking it. Delta's failing. If we kick around here, that's fine. Even if we kick to 200, that's fine. But this is the most consolidation that I've seen on a potential push to the downside, so I want to take it near the top of the range. ES blocks are definitely more oriented to the upside so far. We got another 200 test. Not a whole lot of buyers there yet. So, I mean, a great example. Like, you either have a resting order at 200 or you're basically in the 90s. High 80s, 90s stuff. We're down to 7 points, 6 points, 8 points, somewhere around there. I'm looking at potentially point of control as an exit, this volume, but ES has a lot of wicks down here also, and I feel like wicks typically get run, which would imply a move down to 50, which I'm not opposed to trying to sneak out. Something like that, another VWAP test, I think looks pretty interesting, given the fact that that's basically the range right now. ES trying to slide back to point of control as well. Slightly green on this trade, a little bit more now. Almost 15 points. 15 points. We would have just gotten filled if we would have kept our order there. I went ahead and put my stop in at break even, so this is essentially a free trade at this point. I don't want to watch this thing run all the way back up and then push new highs, right? So worst case scenario, I give back some green, but I'm not giving back a red trade here. We had a nice little sweep there. ES, again, posting those wicks. I want to see them flush the wicks, though. That's kind of what I want to see happen. Failing to do it right now. Getting a kick up. Worst case scenario, we get stopped out. There you go. Gonna get stopped out here. Stopped out. We'll see if we can get a better entry, maybe at the 90s, or if it could also very easily flush here. So I guess hindsight, I could have gotten the $300 if I would have kept my initial target. I do want to see these wicks get run, and I think they do get run. Just a matter of time, I think, of when. The Nasdaq definitely showing a little bit more strength than the ES here, though. So I think P&L high was what, $440 or something like that. I got $20 out of it. Definitely a good stab at a trade, in my opinion. First trade of the day. I'll take that trade. I mean, does the ES flush 49.25 and then rip it up into 69? That'd be savage. Prophecy by Matt. Well, yeah, prophecy was 50% complete. Does that make me right? All right, 98 is the lows on the day, which we just swept through. And then we got overnight lows following the ES in a similar fashion, sitting at 80. But we're getting a little bounce here, probably. Come back down to 04, 05. Let me buy it. I'm getting long. I like this type of move. Looking for 27. And we're out. Nice little $250 trade there. We're up 270 on the day. Nice bounce. Nice little rebound there. I don't know if we get the full rotation back up into the 80s. I'd rather see a point of control flip down here, but I do like this area of longs. We quickly swept the daily low, got right back into it, right back into the range, right? So like that type of trade to me is like typically pretty good on the long side. I mean, look at this. This is 2 candles though. Pretty savage move if you ask me. Matt, prophecy just completed. ES just hit 69.
You know, it's not every day that I make prophecies, but when I do, they're 100% accurate.
We flushed the lows, and we ripped right back up to 69 to fill that order. Love it. There we go. We just popped the wicks. Let's run the overnight high at 15. Now let's run 19 for the overnight. Or excuse me, the prior day. Now let's run the overnight highs at 19, which we're trying to do right now. I'm getting short here. And I'm out. I really like the rotation off 20. We ran those highs that we were talking about. A little quick pullback into 200 for a little scalp. I'll take that all day. Pretty easy trade there, to be honest. If you're watching the video, make sure you press the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We're live every day, Monday through Friday, 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Check out the links down below. They're all important. This is another example of like, do I think it's going to rotate? We might see a little bit of a rotation. Do I think I just top ticked it? Not really. I think we get a little bit more excess than we got, but I will gladly take that type of trade all day. And that was a freaking fast one. Total time in market today. Longest trade, 3 minutes and 56 seconds with an average trade time of 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's pretty quick. That's all I can ask for, honestly.